Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am trying my best to adjust this camera. As most of you already know, I am in the Georgia mountains for my cabin trip. And so I am still in my onesie. But I still do not want to neglect my responsibilities to come on every morning. Good morning, Life by L. To come on every Sunday morning and stay committed to love and light empowerment. I am excited. Good morning, Kendall. Good morning. I'm excited about doing this with you all. I'm excited about being here on this cabin trip because it has been very resting. I am actually in the master bathroom because there are people all over the house. And good morning, Sean. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And so I had to come into the bathroom. The new energy is still in the bed. So I had to come in the bathroom and do this. Good morning, AJ. I think I saw AJ on there. It's hard for me to say. I need to start wearing my glasses when I do this so that I can read a little bit better. But for everybody that is on here this morning, good morning, everybody. As you all know, we have been on this road of self-awareness and self-discovery, right? And while we have been on this road of self-awareness and self-discovery, we know that the outcome of this, good morning, Joe, the outcome of this journey is that we elevate and we become better, we become stronger, we become wiser, we operate better, we flow better, we just become better humans altogether, right? And so that is the purpose of this journey, to go from where we have been to where we need to be so that we can continue to grow and elevate and matriculate and evolve and all of those great things. And as we're growing, we're learning. As we're learning, we mature and we develop. Good morning, Nikki. And it's just awesome just to be able to have this journey. Like, I think so many times we focus on the goal of who I'm going to be or what I'm going to do or the destiny that's on my life or the purpose that is within me. And all of that is great. But there is joy in the journey. There is joy in the journey. I don't know about you, but I get joy every time I look back and I see the person that I'm no longer, or I look back and I see how much I've grown. There is so much joy in the journey, and we have to learn to begin to celebrate the journey. There's a little song that Bobby Brown sings that goes, every little step I take, you will be there. Every little step we know that song, right? I love that song, one, because it's dope and it came out when I was young and I just love that song. But two, is because I love the meaning that that song now means to me. Every little step I take, the universe, spirit, God is there with me. Good morning, Chris. Is there and is helping me and is pushing me and is getting me to where I need to be. Because life is about steps, it's about the journey. And so many times we get caught up in just celebrating the destination that we forget to find joy in the journey. So I just want to encourage us to begin to find joy in the journey. The hard places are going to make sense after a while. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who that was for. But the hard places are going to make sense after a while. They may not make sense right now. It may not look good right now. But I promise you that the hard places are going to make sense after a while. And so I'm grateful for that, right? I'm grateful because it's hard to go through those lessons. It's hard to get those lessons that the universe is teaching us. And many times it involves hurt, and it involves embarrassment, and it involves pain, and it involves separation, and we have to do what we don't want to do. And like, it's not easy, but the hard places are going to make sense after a while. I didn't say it was going to make sense to everybody, but it will make sense to you, all right? And so I'm excited. So one of the things that I'm learning at this point in my journey is a principle that is actually even in the Bible. And so because my background is Christian, and as you all know, I'm not a Christian anymore, I'm a believer, I'm learning more and more and more and more that the principles of spirituality are definitely hidden in the Bible. And so it is important that we focus, or any holy book, it's important that we focus on the principles, not the authors, not so much the storyline of it, but the principle. And there is a principle in the Bible, and you've heard me say this before, but I want to say it again because it needs to make sense for what I'm going to talk about. But there's a scripture that says, in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord. And basically, what that scripture is basically talking about is when we are dependent on people, many times we forget to see God within ourselves. When we are focused on what people can do for us, or where people can take us, or what people can do for us, we forget that we have power within ourselves. We forget that we are strong. We forget that we are knowledgeable. We forget that we are mighty. We forget that we have wisdom. We forget those great things about our lives because sometimes we become so focused on others that we forget who we are. It's easy to do that, especially when you get caught up emotionally in somebody. It's so easy to want to depend on them for everything. And this particular scripture was a prophet was talking about how his cousin, King Uzziah, who was the ruler of that land, how when he died, that's when he found God, because Uzziah was king, and Uzziah was his cousin. But Uzziah kept him protected. Uzziah kept him financed. Uzziah kept him happy and in a good place. I'm telling you, I know over and over and over again that this prophet put a lot of stock and dependency on King Uzziah. But it wasn't until Uzziah died that the prophet then had to find God within himself. And so what I'm learning from that is that many times we can be the prophet, and many times we can be Uzziah. And sometimes when we are Uzziah, we don't realize that we are the problem. Sometimes because we enable people, we keep them from growing, and we keep them from expanding, and we keep them from discovering God within themselves. Because we want to be so protective, and we want to make sure that they're okay, and we want to make sure that nothing's wrong, and we want to come to their rescue, and we want to make sure that we protect them in every way possible. We don't want them to go through nothing or experience pain or experience heartache. We don't want to see them suffer. The truth is, because we love them, we don't want to suffer behind their immature mistakes. That's the truth. But we don't want to see them go through. We honestly love them. We honestly and sincerely care about them. But what we don't always understand is that when we are too busy playing God in somebody else's life, we become the devil. Now, y'all know I don't believe in the devil. Y'all know that, but I'm using these as points of reference. When we play God in somebody else's life on any level, we become the devil because we think that we have to tell them what they should do and how they should go and if they should do this and you should work here and you should do that and you should do this. And I'm talking about myself. So I'm hoping that in what I'm saying about me, you can discover something about you and you can allow the King Uzziah in you to die so you can stop having people depend upon you. So we go through all these changes and we go through all of this stuff. We go out of our way to try to help people and get people where we think they should be. And our intentions are so good. Our intentions are so pure. Our intentions are so right. Our intentions are so godly. Our intentions are so loving. But you can have good intentions and wrong actions and still mess up. And I have seen this pattern over and over and over and over and over again in my life, where I want to protect and I want to help and I don't want people to go down that road, and I'm trying to carry and I'm trying to do and I'm trying, and in all of my good motive and all of me playing God, I ended up being the devil because I was so busy trying to help other people get where they needed to be that I didn't allow the universe to do the universe's job. Since I have been focusing back on just myself and I'm no longer trying to carry other people, so many great things have been happening in my life. So many doors have started to open. Things have started to come back together. Things have been starting to heal. Relationships are healing. Like I can't describe the level of greatness and peace and happiness that I now have and how full of love and light I am now that I am no longer trying my best to try to help other people or play God in somebody else's life. And my intentions were never negative. They were never nasty. They were never ugly. But I wasn't doing the right thing. When you love people, you have to let people go on their own journey. When you love people, you got to let people walk things out for themselves. And yes, it's going to be painful. And yes, it's not going to feel good. And if you are like me, listen now, if you are like me, and if you have been carrying people and rescuing people and playing God, the moment that King Uzziah dies in you, they're going to be hurt. The people that you've carried, the people that you have sacrificed for, the people that you've been there for, the people that you've played God for, the second that King Uzziah dies, they're going to be hurt. They're going to be angry. They're going to be upset. How could you do this? You were supposed to be this. You are a liar. You are this. You are that. You said you would do this. The second that King Uzziah dies within you is the second they going to be mad. But let me give you some Jesus joy, okay? The truth of the matter is, let them be mad. Because the truth is, the greatness that's going to come out of it at the end, they'll come back to you and they'll understand that I needed to go through this so that I could grow. I needed to go through this so that I could evolve. I needed to go through this so that I could elevate. And the second that you let King Uzziah die, you're going to see whenever there's a death, there's also a resurrection. And you're going to start resurrecting things in your life that you put on the back burner, stuff that you thought was over, stuff that you thought was dead. And it's reconnecting. We cannot stop. We have to keep going. We cannot get so distracted that we move off of everything that we're supposed to do because we're trying to be right for somebody else. I promise you, let the King Uzziah die. Because let me tell you something. If God hasn't been teaching me anything else over these past couple of days, They, whoever they are, was never the problem. Sometimes the problem most of the time was me. Me trying to do too much. Me trying to be too much. Just a mess. Although my intentions are good, and I'm saying that because I know you all's intentions are good. I know you want to just be the best that you can be. I know that you're trying your best to just be loving and kind and helpful. But many of us have a dysfunctional sense of what love is. I promise you, we have to allow people to process on their own. Hey, Juicy. We have to allow people to get through on their own. We have to allow people to journey on their own. It doesn't mean we don't support. We support, we just can't control. Did y'all get that? We support, we just can't control. Be connected. Remember, I'm in the mountains. Because if we don't, all of the playing God only causes us to become the devil. Y'all get what I'm saying? So I just want to encourage us. Stop blaming people. Stop looking at what they've done. Focus on you so that you can get where you need to be. I'm focusing on Michael Hurd because the more that I look at all the stuff I need to fix, overcome, do right, move over, baby, I'm trying to tell you, my life is becoming better. So I'm only giving to you all. The universe has given us to be able to boast and to go higher and to become better. Nothing like it in life.